You heard your inner voice, Casey. Like you were able to hear that intuition.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but more than inner voice, it was like on a cellular level, everything about me was rejecting it already. Like I was just like, my cells are like, no longer doing this to me. And I just had to, I respect the people that I work with and I love them. They're all just doing their job. This is more like my personal journey, And no, I'm not like pointing fingers at anybody. I don't want to be misunderstood, but I think like on a personal level, it's just my personality is to just like, I felt that I had more to offer the world than the box I was being put. It was a beautiful box. It wasn't a bad box, but it was still a box. And I needed to learn to say no. And I needed to learn to evolve and allow myself to evolve. It was just at that point, we were a machine. Yeah. We were machines. Like, I think there's an advantage to that. Like when you're trying to meet deadlines, I still work like a machine right now with the things that I do, but I don't think that it should compromise who you are and the things you believe in and the things you want to talk about. If you have an opinion, a woman should have a voice. And when you're not allowed to use that voice and you're not allowed to express yourself in the way that's true to you, where you're not harming anyone and you're still, serving some good things, I don't see why you should be. I respect discipline, don't get me wrong, but it's just I needed to take a step back and remember who I was.
So you took the step back, but you came back. Okay. Now, how is it different after, that break? What changed, or what are you doing in such a way that you will not end up back there again?
I was not as smart as I think I might be now. I'm not saying I'm smart, but I do definitely spend time putting myself in other people's shoes. So it's in the little things. It goes from the little things to the big things. The way people talk to you, how comfortable they feel talking to you in ways that are actually disrespectful, but like because they're so minute, there are nuances that I never picked up before, but I knew it didn't feel right. And people have a way of feeling too comfortable that they speak to you in a certain way and think you're going to be fine with it or won't notice, or they think they're right. And it's in the little things, those things, just the respect of people around you. Yeah, and I think that when I took a step back, Sanaiyah, like I just started creating art. I just started drawing and sketching, and it freed my mind and it freed my heart and it freed my soul to start exploring life, not studio life, not, the four walls of our building life, but life, like the world out there. I think it was very spiritual for me. I really felt it on a cellular level that in the Philippines I have so much cellular memory of like who I should be and who people see me as and what my family is about and, all these things. And it's just such a challenge to like allow yourself to evolve and pivot and, be the best person you can be to attract all these wonderful things you dream about for yourself. I started drawing every day. Everything suddenly inspired me.
I think, Casey, what happened with you is you had to step out of your life to find your authentic self. Like in spiritual terms, we talk about authenticity and being that authentic self. And I think, you talk about being true to who you are. And that's what it sounds like to me is finally you were who you wanted to be, and that's why all that creativity was coming in and you were able to express yourself without, all that noise of like what you should and should not do or how you should and should not be. And you were just kind of free to be yourself.
I love that word, free, for sure. I am free-spirited as a person. And when you start to lose bits and pieces of yourself because of the things you're achieving actually, in a way, if those bits and pieces are the negative things, then by all means, lose them. But if you're already losing your spirit and your energy that was so beautiful before, then something has to change, and you feel that. You see it in your eyes, your own eyes when you look in the mirror. That's what it was. And, when I just took a breather, I mean, we also had so my grandmother passed during this time, and then I was turning 30. And so I think those were two big milestones in my life that really pushed me to change something, to shift. And I listened. Everything is about timing. I felt like I just had no momentum for anything at all at that time. I had no plans. I could not make plans. I had no idea what I wanted. I mean, I was just telling my friend, I didn't even know how I liked my eggs cooked. I didn't even know what colors I liked anymore, I was trying crazy, a crazy situation where you're just not even sure about what you even like anymore. And I had to definitely take a step back and breathe and take care of my body. I wasn't taking care of my body at all. I was not sleeping and not eating well, and just I was so thin. I was always trying to maintain my TV weight, and I know exactly what my TV weight is up to today. I know that if I want to go back to TV, I still in my heart would want to be that, look like that, but in a healthier way. But at the time, I was really, really conscious of my body and wanting to stay at my TV weight because I felt that I looked my best. And I was always pressuring myself because I didn't want to fail anybody. I wanted to make my parents proud and make the family proud that I was the unexpected artist in the family. They were grooming somebody else to be out there, and then I suddenly was it because of an opportunity of somebody, Tito Ben, putting me on a platform and my mom agreeing to it. And so it just became that, but I just wasn't mentally prepared to, I think I'm very adaptable as a person, which is really important quality to have, to be adaptable. But it definitely has been a process. And I think that I've been able to heal, and I've been able to actually get my energy back and find a light. I found some kind of light back, and it just felt so good to be able to say no and be gentle and still feminine and kind about it, not abrasive about it, but just really firm and gentle and feminine still. And so I think that's it. And then weirdly enough, when I started creating things, Sanaiyah, I suddenly felt a lot more girly and a lot more feminine than I did before. Because when I was always on the go and always trying to do my best